Hello and welcome to Asia TV Business Talk with Taha. Today I have in the studio Yse Brisson, who is the founder and CEO of Storia Productions, which is an entertainment company based in London and Paris. They specialize in providing feature films and TV series with video production services, script doctoring, crews, talents, and financial services such as tax relief, grants, tax incentives. Their executive production services take on the entire making of international projects from conception to completion. Joining us today is the multi-talented founder and COO of the company, Yse Brisson. She is an actress, screenwriter, director, and producer. Thank you, Yse, for coming in today and taking out time to talk to us. So what I would like to ask you first of all is, how did you come up with the idea of Storia Productions, and what made you, start the project or the company?
Well, good question. I really wanted to work more in Europe because I started a production company a few years ago in Canada.
Okay.
And I learned a lot of things concerning the American way of making movies and distributing movies, and now it was the moment to merge these two continents, Europe and America, and to start something here in the Europe. And London and Paris, it made sense.
Okay.
I was based in Paris, and
it's easy to travel to London, and London has really good
very easy
productions. Yeah. So is it something special about the UK which brought you to choose UK as the destination for your company, or you could have gone elsewhere in Europe to also form a company, but what made you come to UK?
I thought about where I could start the company. I didn't want to do it just in France, because we have a different kind of making movies, but it's not maybe the best way of doing business.
Okay.
French people are very traditional, and so I was thinking about a place, dynamic place,
okay,
and business-wise interesting for my company to develop it. And London was the perfect place.
Okay.
It was also before the Brexit, of course.
Right. Yeah.
And it came like really. It was very clear that it was easy to bridge also the projects with America and the rest of the world.
Okay, and it also helps that it's an English-speaking nation, so projects are easier to communicate to the.
Definitely. Because France is a great country to make films, but if you want to make films in English, it's a problem.
Okay.
You need to be focused on French and the French market.
Okay.
But I want to be more open to the world, because the only way of selling a project and really making money on a film is selling it internationally.
I see.
So.
I see. And what does Storia offer to its clients that makes it a unique company?
So we are very small now, but the deal is to work with other partners that are really bigger and more really installed in the market.
Okay.
So the idea is to develop strong content and very creative, innovative projects.
Okay.
And then attract big distributors and actors, and so we don't need to follow the project from the beginning to the end, but we need to keep focus on our vision.
Okay.
Which is, I think you can make more money with small, independent, good movies with good people attached and good talent than big blockbusters, which actually we can't do because we are not a big studio.
Right. Okay. So can you elaborate on what demands of the role of a CEO within the production company?
My role is to connect people from the artistic world to the business world.
Okay.
I try to focus on finding good contents and strong stories,
Okay.
and then finding the best way of business-wise or marketing the projects and give it to directors and also co-producers.
Okay.
So my role is more to find out the best way of developing a project from scratch.
Okay. And that must involve a lot of networking, meeting people, traveling. That must be a part of your job as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. And do you enjoy networking with people?
I find it's one of the best thing in the production area,
Okay.
that you can meet a lot of very different people from the creative world, but also financiers, shareholders, business angels and businessmen that I didn't think that I could meet in my life, also politicians, and it's very interesting because you can learn a lot of things.
That's very good. You get a lot of experience by meeting these kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you studied music and piano specifically, but you decided to pursue acting instead. What brought you about this change in path?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Another life. Well, I started as a pianist, classical pianist, and definitely I understood from my teacher in the conservatory, when I finished the conservatory and I had my prize, that I was too old to to have a career and to become a good pianist.
Okay. But you still look so young. How could someone say that to you?
I was too old.
Okay.
And then I started to think about what could I do instead of, and I had no idea because I just thought about music all my life, so it was very difficult to find something else. So I started acting class in Paris with a great woman, Yse Brisson. She helped me to open myself to other worlds.
Okay.
And when I started, it was very difficult for me because I came from the piano music, very solitary and lonely, and so it was a kind of good expression of of myself to push me to express myself in other ways.
Right.
And when I started to work as an actress, very soon I become too old again. So again and again. So I think that's why I jumped from an area to another one. After I studied a screenwriting class, and it was very interesting because then I realized that I could write my own story. And I had the possibility to really decide for what I want and not just let life. And I thought about production very quickly because I like communication, challenges, connecting people, and also solving problems. So
that's
a good
very
thing
interesting.
for me.
That's very interesting. But you also went to the US for some kind of acting classes, or was it just in the UK? Oh, in France.
I did some, I've learned a lot of things through America. Because they have another kind of working process for acting, for writing, for it's a good. America is a good teacher. Also, the country is a good teacher.
That's very good to know.
It's tough.
That's
tough and rough.
That's very good for our audience to know, so that if they want to learn acting or if they want to know something about production, it is the US where they should go and learn more. What is it that brought you behind the camera from in front of the camera?
It's funny because it was connected to an experience, a bad experience actually. I had to play for 1 month in a TV show in France, and so I was really happy. And then the director called me and said like, "No, I'm sorry, we have to stop this show because lack of money and always the same problems.
Right.
But I was really frustrated because I didn't expect it not to happen, and I had these 2 months. It was summertime, and everybody was going on holidays, and then I had nothing, and I was so happy to do this shooting and to. So I felt super frustrated, and I couldn't imagine going to holidays or doing. So I felt like, okay, so now I have 2 months, and I want to do my own movie because I'm always waiting for people, and so it was my first experience as a writing a story and then finding the crew and of course I took some of the people of this show to work with me because they were in the same situation, and it was a fantastic experience. And in 2 months we did everything. We finished the movie. And
that's very good. So tell me about your debut, directing debut, the L'Instant d'après, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
L'Instant d'après, it's my first feature, short film, which is the following moment in English. It was this film.
Which was your directing debut. How was it? How did you feel in your first role as a director?
It was very interesting because completely different from the other side. When you're an actor, you think that you understand the feelings of other actors, but when you are on the other side, you feel responsible for the people who are working for you, and it's a very big difference. And it's really interesting to feel that once in your life. Maybe it's the same feeling when you become a parent.
Maybe.
It was my first baby.
Okay, very good, very good. So tell me, which other projects are you involved with right now, other than Storia Productions? What are you doing other than that?
Now I'm focused on a new project, a new baby on board, I could say. A film festival, a new film festival dedicated to women. And this film festival is very original because it's, of course, dedicated to women's rights, to help all the women in the world to become more independent. But it's also interesting because I want to also link and merge my previous life as a pianist, and I feel like I want to show more than just film. So in this film festival, we will have a lot of dance, a lot of music, a lot of always connected to women. But I want to mix art and photography and
everything. And when is this festival slated for? Where is it going to happen?
So it's going to happen in Paris in June. If everything is going well. And I want to also extend it to international films, international. All the countries like American countries, India, Asia, they are all very welcome to participate. And I hope we will screen a lot of also good movies from all over the world. And actually we have a movie has been shot in India, and it's a beautiful one, so it's a surprise.
That's good, that's good. We like surprises. So what about the African continent? There are a lot of French-speaking nations in Africa also. Would you like entries to come from Africa too for your film festival?
Yeah, because Africa is very dynamic. And they have a lot of fantastic new young directors. And they don't have a lot of money, but they are very creative. And I think we need to help them to also. And I hope that I can become a good window for all these countries and
that's very interesting.
To help them express their art.
So are you going to perform as a pianist at this film festival yourself?
No, I don't think so.
You should.
Fortunately for you. But I invite you to my film festival.
Thank you very much. We will try and be there as much as possible. So, what is it next that you have in line as a project other than the film festival? Are you working on any films or any TV series?
Yeah, we are now developing one TV series called Driver, which is a very creative and dynamic, inspiring series. I think it's for young people and also connected to road accidents. And no, it's a nice project.
Okay.
And we are also finishing one movie that has been shot in a little part in London.
Okay.
And working on a new one also will be shot in Malta.
Oh, that's very interesting. And what is it that you have on the cards for your production company, either in terms of services being provided or, you know, expanding to other locations, maybe Africa, maybe US? Are you planning to do anything like that? Opening offices in any of these countries?
For now, I've just started like 2 years ago here in the UK and in France. So it's not the purpose of expanding the company in terms of offices, but more connected to people.
Okay.
So I'm interested to work with a lot of different people from everywhere in the world.
Right.
And I want to work worldwide. And the project is less important for me than the people.
Okay, that's very interesting. So people drive your project in a way.
Exactly.
Okay, and can you tell our audience the tax, the tax relief funds between UK and France or any other part that you may know of, so that they can learn from you today where to produce a film and what kind of tax reliefs they can get from that country?
Yeah, France actually is a good country for foreigners because the French government gives a lot of money, but not just money, but a lot of good services.
Okay.
We have beautiful locations and it's also very valuable because when you shoot in France, it's not like when you shoot in, I don't know, I will say, I don't want to make her a country jealous, I would say like Switzerland. But the whole world is still dreaming of the older romanticism, and so France has still a lot of value for films.
Okay.
And the French government can give up to 30% of your budget spent in France, so it's quite a lot.
That's good. So our audience will learn today that if they shoot in France, they can get 30% tax credit from the French government versus 25% from the UK government. So guys, it's up to you. Thank you, Yse, for coming in today and talking to me and to our audience. And it will be a pleasure to attend your film festival. We will wait to hear from you once the dates are confirmed. And I again will urge our audience to participate in the film festival from wherever you are, whether it's in India, Asia or Africa. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Taha.
Bye-bye.